Hello everyone and welcome back to my damn channel. It's gonna be another fucking story time, and the story time is about the time my friend at the time punched me in my face and smashed the screen of my iPhone. Clearly this is not the iPhone I am using at the moment. Okay, this happened a couple of years ago. This is the iPhone I'm using right now. Okay, is it gonna turn on? Okay, so this is the iPhone I'm using right now. And this is the phone that my so-called friend, best friend at the time, smashed. So without further ado, let's get on with the video, cool? So it was, okay, so first off, we're gonna name this friend Texas, okay? We're gonna name this friend Texas. So anyways, me and Texas at the time, we've been best friends. I remember every time after school, like we'd go to the mall, we'd just do adventures, you know? I really liked Texas just because be normally a type of person I would never ever be friends with, like just personality wise and what stuff he does. But it's so funny how me and him we just became best friends, and we would call each other every day and we would talk on the phone. Even when I first met Texas and Texas got my number and stuff like that, he immediately called me one day when I was playing Grand Theft Auto one day, and I found it weird. I'm like, why are you calling me? Like, we didn't really talk that much in person, but okay. Fast forward to, I would say maybe a year and a half later, or I don't know if it's even a year and a half, but fast forward to a whole couple months. There's this one day where me and Texas and this other guy, one of my other friends named Drew, and we went to a park, and this park is well known in Toronto. So so that's all you gotta know. If you live in Toronto, you probably may know what this park is, but it's well known in Toronto. It's a very big park. It has its own beach, it has its own zoo, it has its own, like, this park is massive, okay? One day we were at this park and we were having such a great time, and it was just all fun and stuff. And then I remember we went in this area. They had this area where they have this big ass playground, and this playground, it had like a big ass mini building. So I don't want to give away too much what this park is, but it had a mini building in the park where kids can just act as if it's a real building or something like that, whatever. Yeah, so we went there, we had lots of fun, we were talking and stuff. So I remember when we went to the bench, and this is where my iPhone shattered. Texas was like lying down on the bench, like he was lying down on the bench, and I remember I had my trusty iPhone 3G. I actually really love this phone, and it still doesn't turn on from that day. Like, it's been cracked from that day, and I never got the chance to fix it. Texas was like moving his legs or something like that. I don't know what the fuck he was doing, and he out of nowhere just bam, like he just like fucking how do I do it, like he just like knees my iPhone so hard, and he was lying down, he just knees it, and I'm not sure what he was doing, but he just kneed my iPhone. And I looked at my iPhone and the whole entire screen was cracked, and I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? You just broke my first iPhone. You just broke my first iPhone. Like, oh my gosh. And I knew for a fact that he was never gonna pay for it back. So part of me was upset at that he kneed my iPhone, like he smashed it, like he just broke the screen. And then he had the audacity to sit there and fucking laugh. Like, you're laughing that you broke my iPhone. Like, my iPhone, like, oh my gosh, I loved this phone. This phone had, I feel like just fixing it, because there's so much text messages, and I probably could find a text messages between me and Texas on this phone. I remember Drew tweeted saying, oh, Texas just broke Evan's iPhone, LOL, or whatever. And at the time, my iPhone was still on, and it was still kind of responsive. Like, I could unlock it and stuff like that. And I remember after, you know, he punched me in the face, which I'll get to later on, I remember going home and calling my friend Caitlin on this phone and crying to her saying, I need to talk to you. So anyways, he smashed my phone, he's laughing, he thinks it's a joke, whatever. So I was livid like when he punched my iPhone, but at the same time I was like, whatever, I'll just fix it. The thing about him is he at the time really didn't, like, he would only go to school with like $5 or something like that. This is not to try to bash him or anything, but he would only go to school with just $5 sometimes. And he at the time would just, you know, kind of ask people for money and stuff like that. I'm not saying he's poor or anything, I'm just saying like he just had $5. Like, that's probably all his mom gave him as allowance. Like, come on, I've been through that where my mom only would give me like $2. So I mean, yeah, so I knew his ass was never going to pay me back to fix this phone, fix the screen. At the time, fixing the screen was $70 for this iPhone 3G. Now, when you fix an iPhone screen, which is like a 6, I think it's more than $100. Anyways, you know, I'm playing it cool. I'm I'm kikiing with everyone. I'm playing it cool, and I think we chilled for a little bit, and then we decided to leave. Now, this is the part that, oh my gosh, like, I was in, like, oh, okay, anyways, let me get on to the part. So, we're walking, like, there's this trail. So, it's like, it looks like a kind of like a little road or whatever, but it's like, it's basically a trail for everyone to walk. So, we're leaving the little fake building playground thing, and we're on our way home. And because it was like 5 o'clock and I had to be home before 6 o'clock, so I was like, ugh, we need to go. Plus, you broke my iPhone. I remember us walking, me, Drew, and Texas, we were walking on this trail or whatever. And I remember us, we were just saying some jokes and stuff. Like, Drew was just saying a lot of jokes about Texas, and, you know, Texas was also saying jokes about Drew and stuff like that. But we were all throwing jokes and stuff. And then Texas, which I forgot to mention, was dating one of my friends at the time. I have to say at the time because me and that girl are no longer friends. But Texas was dating this girl at the time that I was friends with. And I was closer to her, kind of closer to her than I was with him. But we were both close. Like we hung out. I was always the third wheel, as I am with all of my fucking friends. We were just joking around about other people. And then Texas's girlfriend at the time, because they broke up, her name came up, and I think Drew said a joke or something. Texas was kind of laughing or whatever. So I forgot what the joke I said. I know for a fact it wasn't even that serious, right? It was just a little joke, and I've said worse things in front of Texas's girl. So for Texas to get so angry at me when I said this, just really, I was like, okay, huh? So anyways, I said a joke. I said a little joke or whatever, which I've always said in front of Texas's girl, which doesn't make any sense. But anyways, I've always said this in front of Texas's girl. So Texas got so fucking mad. He got so fucking mad. I mean, the man didn't even, like, I saw the look on his face. He was kind of far away from me. So he quickly dashed over to me and he just punched me so hard in my face, almost to my eye. And I remember I blacked out when he punched me in my face because I was in shock. Like, why are you getting that mad? You've laughed at worse jokes I've said about her. And it just didn't make sense to me. So he punched me in my face. I blacked out for a second. And by the way, he punched me so hard to the point where I fell to the ground. Like, I fell to the ground when he punched me. And I blacked out. So anyways, I get up. And Drew, you know what's funny? Drew didn't even notice he punched me in my face. Texas just, like it just happened so quick. Like, Drew kept walking. I'm not sure if Drew was, like, looking at his phone or, like, I don't know. Drew's always on his phone, just like me, but yeah, anyways. Drew didn't notice it. I had to tell, it's so funny. When my iPhone screen was still responsive, it's no longer responsive or turns on, I told Drew through a text message, Texas punched me in my face. And Drew was like, what, really? I'm like, you didn't see that? Because Drew messaged me when, okay, so anyways, after Texas punched me in my face, all three of us, like, it was so awkward. We just continued walking to, there's this station that's named after the park. So anyways, we we go to that station and we're waiting on the train, and this is when Drew secretly messaged me and was like, why is it so awkward? Why is Texas not saying anything? And I'm like, Texas literally just punched me in my face. If you didn't see that because you're too busy on your phone, Drew. It was so awkward to take the train with Texas because Texas was not saying anything. But here's where it gets even more awkward. So we get off at a station that Drew and I would get off at just because like the buses we take go to that station, so both of us obviously are going to get off at that station. So Drew takes one route and I have to take the other route, and the funny thing is these routes are parallel from each other, so but one goes further south and then becomes parallel with the one I'm taking. Anyways, tell me how Texas drops me home, and mind you, it was so fucking awkward. Texas, even on the subway, Texas sat next to me and didn't say jack shit. Texas was so fucking angry, and I'm just like, damn, like, yo, you're that fucking angry over that joke? You said worse things to her face. I've said worse things to her face and you laughed. And I say one little joke that's so stupid and you just punch me in my fucking face and make me black out. Oh, okay. Texas drops me home but doesn't say jack shit to me. So we get off the bus and the bus stop was here and my house was here. So the bus kind of just passed my house, but there's a stop here. So Texas, the creepy thing is Texas, the whole entire ride didn't say shit, but when I got off, I didn't say bye to Texas at all. I just gave Texas a look and I just like fucking, I just fucking walked home. And as I was about to turn to go inside my house, I saw Texas just watching me. Like, he was giving me the dirtiest fucking look. I know for a fact that friendship is done. Like, actually a couple of days after this whole entire thing happened, he breaks up with the girl that I'm friends with and he was dating at the time. And she, from what I heard from her, that he was only dating her because she had big boobs, which she kind of did. But that's the only reason why he was dating her, because apparently she had big boobs and he was trying to, you know, like date her long enough to get into her pants and whatever. Apparently that's how it was. I'm not sure if they did it. He has never told me, she has never told me, so I don't fucking know. From what everyone else said and from what she said, that's the reason. So it pissed me off that I said one little joke about his girlfriend, but which was my friend at the time. It pissed me off that you would punch me in my face, make me black out over that. Like, I don't understand. Plus, not only did you punch me in my face, you shattered the screen off my iPhone that I've loved so much. This was my first iPhone, guys. Okay, this is an iPhone 3G. You shattered the fuck out of my iPhone 3G. Okay, you're not even, that's number one. Number two, you're not even paying for it. You're not even paying it back. And you laughed when you saw how cracked it was. Number three, you punched me in my face because I said one little joke. And then number four, you break up with the same girl I said the joke about, which made you punch me in the face. And then to find out the reason why you broke up with her is because she had big tits and you were trying to get to hold them or something. I don't know. I just don't understand. Like, oh my gosh, like, guys, like, I don't understand why he went through that trouble to punch me in my fucking face and make me black out. He punched me so fucking hard that I just fucking fell to the ground and blacked out, as I said before. And mind you, the man was far away from me because the trail was big and we were kind of spread apart. So we were just walking and he just, like, I'm right here, he's right here, he just dashes and then punches me in the face. He didn't even say Evan, stop. He didn't even say any of that, okay? We're making jokes about everyone else, we're laughing. The minute I say one joke about the girl, it punches me in the face. Next thing you know, breaks up with her a week after and says, because you had big tits, that's why I dated you. Why did you punch me in the face then? Anyways, there's also another story about him, but I will make a separate video on that. Subscribe and you'll find out why. Oh my gosh, like, guys, it doesn't turn on anymore. I tried charging it it doesn't turn on anymore. It really does not. And plus, I remember during the days after, like post me getting punched in the face and him shattering it, the screen stopped becoming responsive, and I remember I was trying to slide to unlock it, I couldn't. Had a lot of songs on here, plus it had a lot of text messages I really want to see, so I may or may not just fix the screen one day. It should not be much, it's only an iPhone 3G. But anyways, yeah, so this is that. So that was the time that my friend punched me in the face, shattered my iPhone. There's also another story time about him. Like, I think there's only one more story time about him, and the ending kinda is, you know, okay. So if you want to see that, please subscribe, because I'm gonna be starting to make videos almost every week. And yes, guys, I know I said I don't want to become a storytime YouTuber or whatever, because I have a lot of other creative ideas for this channel, but I kind of like telling stories, so you guys are gonna get stories. So yeah, so I think I may start doing a lot of stories a little bit from now on. I just want to get them out of the way. And then yeah, but don't worry guys, I'm still gonna upload different videos. But yeah, so please subscribe, please leave a like, comment down below, and yeah, make sure guys that you subscribe so you can see the part 2 of my friendship with Texas. So please subscribe, okay? I can't stress it enough on you guys, okay? Just please subscribe so you can see part 2. That is it for my story time of how my friend or best friend at the time punched me in my face and shattered the screen of my iPhone. Like, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna be weird. Goodbye.